Hello friends, welcome to a new chapter today. In this chapter we are going to learn about the one more mineralization disorder, which is scurvy. So scurvy is mainly caused by deficiency of vitamin C. So what do you see in scurvy? This scurvy is not generally seen. One important thing is scurvy is it is not seen in neonates. Why? This scurvy will occur only and only when the vitamin C is deprivated, right? There is no vitamin C at all, only then there will be scurvy, or there will be severe deficiency of vitamin C will lead to scurvy. For formation of severe deficiency of vitamin C, it requires at least 6 to 12 months of deprivation is necessary. Why is this scurvy formed? First, what are the functions of vitamin C? Vitamin C are mainly involved in hydroxylation of proline and lysine. With the help of hydroxylation of proline and lysine, there will be formation of collagen cross linkages and thus maintains the integrity of the vessels. But here in this, whenever there is deficiency of scurvy, there is no cross linking and thus it predisposes to the bleeding episodes which you see. So what do you see in scurvy? What are the clinical features? First, the patient presents with bleeding gums. Okay, then there is something called as pseudoparalysis. What is this pseudoparalysis? Pseudoparalysis is also called as painful bleeding. So here the bleeding is occurring in the bones. So this is pseudoparalysis. What is this? Swelling. This swelling is nothing but bleed. This is nothing but bleed. Okay, because of this bleeding, all the tissues which are inside will get stretched and the patient cannot move the limb, and because of this pain the patient is not moving, and that will resemble paralysis, and that is the reason why we call it as pseudoparalysis. It does not have any neurological feature. It is because of the bleeding. This bleeding causes intense pain, and because of the pain the baby or the child will not move his or her limbs. Okay, that will resemble as pseudoparalysis. Then we have the second thing which we have here is called as scorbutic rosary. What is this scorbutic rosary? These are the scorbutic rosary. If you see, scorbutic rosary. So if you see, these are also costochondral prominences. You see, these are also costochondral prominences. The main difference between these and the rickets, rachitic rosary and scorbutic rosary is rachitic rosary are painless. These scorbutic rosary are painful. Why does these occur? These are nothing but these are the bleeding spots where whenever the bleeding occurs in the costochondral prominences, that becomes painful, sharp costochondral prominences which are called as scorbutic rosary. Here, because of these bleedings, there will be anemia. Okay, this anemia and even the iron absorption is impaired also, and there is poor wound healing. Because why? For healing we require collagen. Here there is problem in collagen, and as a result there will be poor wound healing, and you will also see the other features like hyperkeratosis, arthralgia you will see, and you will also see presence of muscle weakness. So these are the many different clinical features which you see in scurvy. Then once you have learned about the clinical features of scurvy, now let us learn about the X-ray features of scurvy. In the scurvy you see osteopenia. Okay, this osteopenia gives appearance of ground glass appearance. The osteopenia and scurvy gives rise to ground glass appearance, and we have something called as pencil tip cortex. What is this pencil tip cortex? Here you will see shining of margin at the diaphyseal area is seen. At the diaphyseal area you will see shining of margins. I will show you the picture, then you will understand. Yes. So if you see at the diaphyseal area, this cortex, if you see all this cortex, it is shining, right? So that is pencil stick cortex. Now what is important, I'll just tell you. See, this is the subperiosteal hemorrhage which you see. Okay, then first you will have the dense zone of provisional calcification. This dense zone of provisional calcification which you see is called as white line of Frenkel. Okay, this dense, this is This dense zone of provisional calcification is called as white line of Frenkel. Why does this white line of Frenkel occur? This white line of Frenkel mainly occurs because of failure of resorption of calcified matrix. Because of the failure of resorption of calcified matrix, we have this white line of Frenkel. Here the calcified matrix is unable to resorb it. So we have this white line of Frenkel, and below this white line of Frenkel we have something called as translucent zone. You see, there is this small translucent zone, right? This is called as scorbutic zone. This is the white, or this is the translucent zone which is present below the scorbutic zone. Okay, then we also have something called as Pelton spur. What is this Pelton spur? Pelton spur is nothing but a projection of metaphyseal area. So this is the metaphyseal area. This projection which is beyond the bone is called as Pelton spur. So here this projection beyond the bone is called as Pelton spur. Here you see there is projection present from the metaphyseal area. Okay, then you will also have one more sign which is called as Wemberger sign. What is this Wemberger sign? Wemberger sign is the presence of shining of margin of epiphyseal area is Wemberger sign. Shining at margin of epiphyseal area is Wemberger sign. Okay, this is the Wemberger sign, where this is the epiphysis, margin of epiphysis. See, this margin of epiphysis is shining, right? This shining margin of metaphysis is called as Wemberger sign. How are you going to treat it? Obviously, it is vitamin C deficiency causes this disease. So you will have to give vitamin C supplementation. So this is about scurvy. Thank you guys for watching my lecture. Thank you.